So as you guys may know, we got this Toyota Avalon, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super excited to start tearing this car apart. Now, I'm not really sure what I am going to do with this car, and what I mean by that is, this car here actually shares the same chassis design as a Toyota Camry. And being shared the same chassis design, that means a lot of parts that work on a Toyota Camry will work on this car. What I really want to know is I'm going to go on Wikipedia and I'm going to see if these cars ever came factory with a 4-cylinder. I'm going to dig down into the Toyota archives of the internet. And I'm going to do a little bit of digging and see what I can come up with. But this is the same chassis design as a Camry. The only difference is it's a bit wider, and I'm not really sure if the chassis is any wider or if it's just the body panels, but that actually looks like a little bit more space between the frame and the motor. Now, I'd really like to say that the subframes are the same and all that, but unfortunately, I just don't know. And by not knowing, I can't tell you guys 100%, but I will learn about this, and I will experiment with this. I'm like 95% sure I can put a 4-cylinder in here. The only downside is I'm not sure what class this will run. And what I mean by that is, even though this is a Toyota Camry, but just a little bit extended, the wheelbase from the center of the front wheel to the center of the back wheel is 108 and a bit. Just 108 and a bit, I'll say. But as you guys may know, here in Ontario, we go by the 106 rule. So technically, because this is over 106 and it has a V6 into it, this means this has to run with Crown Vics, this has to run with Luminas, this has to run with big Buicks, full-size Chevys, Crown Vic wagons, that kind of stuff. Intrepids. Well, if this was a Toyota Camry, they're 105. That means it runs with Cavaliers, Honda Civics, Honda Accords, depending on the motor and the years. But that is basically our cutoffs, 106. But with this being 108, I'm not 100% sure. This is guaranteed to run with big cars if it has a V6 in it. Now, if this was a 4-cylinder, I could run this with Honda Civics. So the rule is around here, I can change this out and put a 4-cylinder into this, but it has to come factory with a 4-cylinder. So even if this motor is a V6, if this car could come from factory with a 4-cylinder, I can put another 4-cylinder into it as long as it's the same make and model kind of thing. So if I put a Toyota 4-cylinder in this, I can run mini car with this. Now, I've actually been talking to a guy in the US, and he's been telling me, why am I pulling all these V6s? He really enjoys running the V6s, and he says that they're much better than the 4-cylinders. Now, to each their own, and I don't think he's wrong. He enjoys the V6s, and he's having a good luck with them. I've only ever ran one V6, and I was kind of plagued with a little bit of problems with electrical. But realistically, I could leave this in here and run Crown Vics and probably do pretty good with it, but if I put a 4-cylinder to this, it kind of opens up what I can do. I can run it with big cars, and I can drop down to mini cars. But to be honest, guys, I don't really know what's going to happen to this car yet. I'm super excited to start building it, but as of right now, I'm just mostly looking over it, seeing what is different. It actually looks like there's a lot more space on this car. I'm not 100% sure if there is, but it looks to be a little bit more, but I don't know. ABS module looks a little bit different. Don't mind the tire, it's just holding the hood up. But I don't know. I don't even know what the bumper looks like underneath here. Maybe the bumper might even be a whole bunch of different. I'm really excited to get into this car and start tearing it apart. Inside here, it's actually really clean. This was bought from a dealer. So on the inside of the car, it's a lot different than basically any other Toyota I've actually sat in the fact that the dash is a lot different. There's a whole bunch of extra buttons. The wheel seems bigger. You got a lot more buttons up here. But the main difference there's no gear shifter down there. And I'm not really used to that. On these Toyotas, usually the gear shifter's down here and you're always reaching, but here on this Toyota, it is up here on the actual column. So, and you got your overdrive on and off. So I'll have to maybe get a little bit used to that, or see if I can even switch it over to my aftermarket Jeffy's shifter. But I actually really do like these bench seats inside this car. Maybe I can try to switch these over to a Camry, see if they'll fit inside there. Who knows? But headliner's coming down. Interior's not super bad. Look at that. Look at those cup holders. Oh my god, look at those cup holders. Now that is genius. Maybe not. Take a big bump, cup hits the ceiling. I could totally drive this car on the road. Totally drive this car. Look at the parking brake. It doesn't, oh, it doesn't have an e-brake handle. That's a little different. Oh, e-brake definitely does not work. Don't put that on again. Now coming back to the outside of this car, you get to see just how rotted she is. The doors are pretty much all shot. I don't really know why the doors are pretty much gone in the bottom, but the rest of the car, it looks just fine. Maybe the doors have been changed. I'm not sure, but maybe there's a leak where water gets inside of these. But the rest of the car looks very, very solid. It's just the doors. Now, that doesn't really matter a lot, but the doors actually add quite a bit of structural stability to the car. Even when we come back here to the trunk is pretty much mint. Quarter panels, pretty much mint. But doors, again, look at that. Right in there, I can put my foot inside. Oh, it's eating my foot! But, no, this car is actually in pretty good shape, other than the doors. Rear subframe does look a little punky, but it's a 1995 Toyota Avalon. What do you expect? I cannot wait to start tearing this Toyota apart and doing some mean things inside of this thing. Smashing up other cars out there, letting this little car just scream. But, I don't know, this here gets me away from Toyota Camrys, but still keeps me on the same basis where what I know is still valid and interchangeable. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the V6 or put the 4-cylinder in. I'm not sure where it's going to be ran or even when it's going to be ran, but I've been trying to get one of these Toyota Avalons, especially these older ones, for about a year and a half now. And this is the first one I've been able to grab. And it actually runs really good. It's only got like 230,000 kilometers on it, which is like 180,000 miles. So it's just basically broken in. But what do you guys think? Do you guys got any tips for this thing? I know one of you guys will, but I don't know how many other guys might have tips for this. I even think this is actually the older V6. Does it have the coil packs on there? It's got the whole dress-up kit on there. I don't know. We'll figure out what to do with this thing. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. But what do you guys think about this new car that we added to our stockpile in the backyard? A Toyota Avalon. Take care.